Hi, I'm Judy Kessinger, the creator of the Fit Nice system. I designed this system to make your sewing easy. We're going to do crossover to the ruffle side, and this is what I have on. Now, this fabric that I have on is Sophia fabric, so make sure you check out that video about the Sophia fabric. I printed up the PDF, and it's easy to follow the PDF with the sewing directions. I'm going to show you how to create the pattern for this garment. So very simple to do. You need your PDF so you can follow the directions. You need the 2 Chicks cutting tool, and that's a template that will allow you to make the donut, because believe it or not, that's what this ruffle is. And you need patternees. How would we live without the patternees? Because that's what we're making all the patterns out of. Now, yes, you can add a sleeve to this if you want to. You could do short sleeves, long sleeves, whatever kind of sleeves you wanted to do, or you can do it sleeveless as I have. One thing I do want to tell you, I have a lot of ladies tell me I don't like ruffles, but once they try this ruffle is not a gathered ruffle. It's a very soft bias ruffle, so it lays beautifully. So easy garment to do, so let's draw the pattern. Okay, let's draw the pattern. All I've done is to take a piece of patternees, and I have folded that in half, and I've taken my master pattern and laid this on the fold, because I want you to make a whole front. You can see that this is a crossover, and the ruffle is included in that crossover. So just draw in your pattern, just like this, and like this. Now this is a time, again, you want to go look in the mirror, because you want to make sure that you have this exactly where you want it to be. So let me remove my master pattern. Don't cut that one up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide how far down from the crook of my neck, this little hole in your neck, how far down you want this finished garment to be. This is 6 inches on me. You decide that yourself. What I would suggest you do is to draw it on here, cut it out, and then you can hold it up to yourself. So I'm going to go down 6 inches on the center front and just make a mark, okay? Then I'm going to cut this out and show you. It's a lot easier once this is cut out, but I've got that mark made. And I also would suggest you draw yourself a center line on here. And I want to show you a little trick. This is what I do when I cut out new patterns. Don't we love our Kai scissors? Look how nice and sharp these are. All you have to do is guide them. You don't even have to pump them. So let me cut out this front over here, like this. And this. Now, you get to determine how far down you want the ruffles, how high up you want the ruffles. That is totally up to you. Again, this is a great time to look in the mirror. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finger press this. Finger press means you use your nails or the pad of your finger to get yourself a nice crease. So open this up like this, and you can see that nice crease that I created. Draw a line there, because that's your center front. And it's easier for you to see where you're going if you have a center front, because you know where the center front of you is. Let's draw this line like that. All right, now we're ready to go. You can see that this crossover goes down just a little bit below my armhole. So this is my V-neck, right? This is where I want the V to be. Let me turn this around so that you can see a little bit better. This is exactly where you want the V to be. So I'm going to take off about 1 inch. Now, again, I would suggest you draw this and then go back and determine that's what you want before you cut it apart. It's easier to draw it, hold it up to you, and see what you want. So I'm going to go down about 1 inch like this and go right there like that. All right? So that's my V that I want to see. Hold it up to you. You like that? That's great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep right on going with that line, and I'm going to go right over here like this. You can freehand that 1,000,000 times until you're happy with it. Again, hold it up to you and see that's exactly where you want to be. Now, I need this V to match the other side, so I'm going to fold this in half like this, and because I drew with a marker, I can see where I drew. So I'm going to trace that in like this. Like that. All right. Let me open it back up and show you that you now have the V and you have the crossover. Okay. So we're going to cut this V out because we don't need this anymore. And we're going to cut this V out because we don't need this anymore. Now again, hold this up to you to see if that's how low you want it to be or how high you want it to be. So there's your V-neck, okay? Now we're just going to cut it apart like this. Now this is when you get to decide how you want this to be. Do you want it, what I have on you can see is right over left. If I were doing this, it would be left over right. Again, totally up to you. If you want it right over left, flip it over. Now you have right over left. So really simple to do. Now these pieces, if you look at these pieces, they need to have, and I'm going to show you what this is so that you can see exactly what this is. This is the other part of this. This is what I cut off. These pieces need to have a 1/2 inch attached to them. So you're going to Scotch tape a 1/2 inch because you have to put it back together. So it's real simple to do. The next thing that you're going to need is a donut. And you can cut that with the 2 Chicks template, or you can cut it using a compass, however you want to do it. But if you notice what I have on, they're thinner. They're not as wide as the donut is. Can you see that? They're a little bit thinner. So all you would have to do is to cut, and you want to do this on the inside, by the way, not on the outside of the circle. You want to cut the inside of the circle, and you want to cut it however wide you want it to be. The reason you want to cut the inside of the circle is so that you have more distance to do the crossover. So really simple. Stack one on top of the other. Glue them in place because that's the easiest thing to do. Glue them in place. And then when you stitch them to the shirt, you're ready to go. So very easy project to do. Crossover. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you've seen how simple and easy this system is to work with. All of the products you've seen in the video are available on my website or a link on my website. Please make sure while you're there to check out the classes to see where I am. Join me on Facebook under Fit Nice, and be sure to join the Fit Club. Thank you.